Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of the new for 2022 Spirit Halloween Nozzles the Clown. Okay, so I'm super excited to get into this one because this guy is definitely one of my favorites of the year. Probably top 3, and this guy is amazing. He's life-size, not as tall as we thought, but life-size clown, and he shoots fog from his nozzles, and he's just really unique. No clowns we've seen have anything like this, and I'm not even sure if we've gotten many fogging clowns at all. We have some of the smaller, like the Party City ones, but really not many life-size animated fogging clowns. So exciting, and just really unique prop. So I love his look. He's UV, so I do have a UV light to test out along with a fog machine, of course. So yeah, let's get straight into the setup. Here we go. Okay, so let's unbox him. I have not looked inside the box, although I have seen him at Flagship. Yeah, I haven't seen him since. So let's see what we have in the box. Here it all is, lots of foam. That's what I'm noticing at first. Probably leg foam right there. This looks to be arms. So, oh, actually here, the nozzles are one of the first pieces that come out. That's cool. One of the nozzles is stuck in the shoes here. Here are the shoes. They actually have a cloth in between. Spirit's been doing a lot of great packaging. A lot of things I've noticed, like Lord Raven has little Velcro covers. A lot of the props have foam coverings on all the metal joints so they don't snap. And even the shoes have a little film in between them so that they don't get cracked. So Spirit's doing a great job with that. Definitely noticing that. Really, really cool. Here are the nozzles. Both of them have wires to them because they light up. As you can see, the green LED in both of them lights up the fog, makes it look toxic. Really cool, especially with the UV light. And then the fog tubes connect to here, where the fog will come out of each nozzle. So lots going on in this prop. We have the arms here. The arms have the fog tube built into them, which is awesome. So we don't have to feed that through. And there's a wire that goes across them as well, because that is what connects to that green LED. On each arm, both arms look the same. Now we have instructions right here. Again, high quality printing. This one's not quite as high quality as the other two, but they're doing great with that, and I really love the actual drawing of him up here. So, looks good. We have our mechanism, which is really unique. This is a twitching type motor, so that's really cool. Love to see that. He's coated really well. This guy, I think some of that high price definitely comes from the coating, because he's got a lot going on. The two LEDs, the fog time, the arm movements are coated, and the side to side. So a lot going on. Here's the mechanism. It's actually more arched over than I'd think, but looks cool, and it does have a plastic covering so nothing gets stuck inside. Here's his clothing, all very blacklight reactive, with the clown face drawn on the radioactive symbol. We have the head, actually. I think we can get the head out here, so that's cool. Let's get this. Here it is in the bag. It is a big head. Yeah, at the stores it looked a bit more human-sized than this, but this is a pretty big head, especially for being latex. I'm definitely happy about it being latex. Let's try to get it out of the bag here. I don't actually see an opening in the bag, which is weird. Usually it's a pretty obvious opening. But yeah, I don't see an opening at all, so let's just try ripping the bag, I guess. There we go. Now let's try to take this out. Wow, there it is. It smells like really strong, but probably just the latex smell. There it is. Now, one thing I do want to do is, as you can see right here, looks cool. Love the neck. I love how his neck looks here from the side. But one thing I do want to do, and you might notice on camera, you might not, I'm not sure. In person, it's a lot more noticeable, is push the nose in. As you can see right now, the eyes are kind of going outwards. If I push the nose in like that, they're looking more at you, and it looks a lot more like the video and the one at Flagship. And it's a really simple thing. You just want to put some glue in here onto the plastic, and it's pretty simple, but pretty big difference as well. So I think I'll be doing that eventually. I'm not sure I did notice a bit of paint chip on the nose, but that's fine. He's going to be viewed from really far away at my haunt, and he's going to be really up high, so you're not going to notice something like that. So we'll put this down here. Now we have some fog things. This is a huge fog connector to a fog machine. And then there's this box right here, which I think collects the liquid, they said. I thought this could have been used for ice, which I don't know, maybe it can. But I'm pretty sure it's just for collecting the liquid so it doesn't get all over the mechanism. Then we have a lot of pieces that look difficult to get out. We have the mechanism here, but that's kind of trapped by some things. So let's just tip over his box and pull it all out. Move this over here and just pull it out using the base. There we go. Try to take this out now. Move this around. Here's his mechanism right here. Yeah, off of one motor, and that does both arms. And it is coated, so they do a little cool motion. But there it is, hunchback piece as well. Looks good. All right, put this to the side here. Now we have the poles, base, and adapter to complete all that right here. So yeah, let's get into the setup. Here we go. Okay, let's begin our setup. So we have the two knee pieces right here. So we're going to snap lock these on, and then we won't forget the shoes. So we're going to put the shoes on after these before we attach anything else, just to make it easier. There we go. Separate these shoes, which is actually made easier by this cloth right here. Usually they're actually pretty hard to get apart, so that's pretty cool. Now we can slide these down like that, and it has the little knobs to keep these in place due to wind. So they won't go any farther than that, so it won't look unnatural even with wind. So now we have our two C pieces right here. Just like Lord Raven, these are pretty thick metal poles, including the base. The base is also just as thick, so that's good to see. Slide these on there. Looks good. Now we can attach our H pole, or not pole, but H foam over this. And we want to make sure this totally covers the knee. The knee's the most important part to cover here because that'll look unrealistic if you can, whoa. We'll fix that in a second. But that'll look unrealistic if you can see the metal bend. So I'll be right back. I'm going to fix that, and then we will put the pants on and move the camera up. Be right back. Alright, got that light fixed. Now let's get the clothing on Nozzles. So I'm pretty sure it's a separate piece for the pants and the shirt. At least that's what it looks like on the instructions. So let's take this out. Alright, yep, that's one piece. Here's the collar, here's the shirt. Very, very clearly blacklight reactive. You can tell already without a blacklight which spots are going to react just by the neon paint that's all over that. But yeah, it's going to look really cool. So I don't think it matters which way these pants go on, but it looks like this side has more of that splatter. So let's put it on this way. Slide it over the foam right there. Expose this pole so we can get the mechanism on after. And now we'll do the same for this side as well. But yeah, these pants look really cool. At first we thought this was blood when we saw the first leaks. But it's definitely just a neon toxic type look because he is spewing that toxic fog. But there we go. Let's move the camera up and get the torso on. Here we go. Okay, now we have our torso piece right here, very hunched over. So we'll see how this turns out looking. But we got one right there, one right there. Now we'll just slide this down slowly till they both snap lock. There's one snap lock. This one's going to have to be adjusted a bit more, it looks like. There we go. Slid in, and we're going to just put this wire down. We'll get that later. And now we're going to bring the clothing all the way up above the or above the hip loop. So there we go. Looks good. Pretty big pair of legs, actually. This looks like a towering props size legs. And I think he would technically be a towering prop if he wasn't so hunched over. That's kind of his concept. Being so hunched over just makes him look like if he was fully standing up, he'd be really tall. So let's put this on right here. Slide this down like that. Close. There we go. And now it looks like we actually can attach our shirt over here. The shirt looks really cool. Again, you can tell where the toxic UV light splatters are. Pretty obvious. and that will look really cool at night with the black light. And like I said in the beginning, we will be doing a in the dark blacklight demo to see how that looks. Alright, slide this over. There we go. And now we can attach our arms right here. So we want to slide this through the clothing first, and then we're just going to attach it right up top. We also want to make sure this fog tube goes through the arm so it's not exposed anywhere. So that'll go through here. But yeah, he's a really well thought out prop. Something like this, it might not be appreciated by just your general audience, but for a haunter, it's definitely some really cool things that go inside of this prop, like all the fog tubes and wiring through the arms. It is a pretty impressive prop. So now we can take our arm prong right down here and put it up here into the prongs right there. Looks good. And his arm actually goes pretty high up. It does go above his head. And now let's do the same thing with our other arm down here. Alright, got it slid up. And now we're just going to put the prongs in right there, like that. So they're at different heights because that is what the motion is. And then we're just going to adjust this. This turns, so that will be a bit off right now. But we also have some fog tubes kind of interfering here with the clothing, but we'll fix up all the clothing in a bit. But that looks good right there. So our next step, I guess, would be the nozzles. So we can attach our nozzles here. Now it does matter which side they go on, and it's not too obvious, but I think it goes like this. That one is done right there. Looks cool. So now we can do the same thing over here. Just slide this tube on first, like that. Attach our wire second. Find the wire in here. The wire is attached to the foam itself, so it makes it pretty easy. Attach the wires together. And now we can put our prong in, slide this back, prong in, and again, take the elastic over the entire thing. Okay, looks good, really cool, well thought out arms. There we go. So, looks great so far. Let's attach the head and collar. The collar piece does come apart, so we don't have to do this in a certain order. So let's just put on this head because this head looks awesome. And he is actually a pretty tall prop. I'm not sure if he's over 6 feet at all. Most of the 6-footers this year are over 6 feet. This guy, I'd say, is a 6-foot flat prop. But it's still cool nonetheless. Really, really cool prop. And the height is definitely not what matters on this guy. Just his overall stance and look is really cool. And his concept is super unique. Let's bring this back like that. And we're going to tie this around back. And that covers up any last showing mechanics. And we'll tie that up. And that completes the setup right there. So I'm going to adjust all the clothing, wire him up, and get the fog in him. And then we'll do some demos of him in the light with the fog. And then we'll turn off the lights and put on that UV light to see his glow. I'll be right back. Alright, let's plug him in.
Nothing like a little Halloween fog to set the mood. I can't get enough of this stuff. Get a load of this holiday cheer. Careful where you're going. I'm trying to sanitize this place first when I'm done. Nothing's gonna be left living. Oh, make your eyes water, don't it? Yeah! Make way for the toxic smog. Pretty soon I'll have this whole block covered. And then I'll say, sweet dreams. Careful where you're going. I'm trying to sanitize this place first when I'm done. Make way for the toxic smart. Pretty soon I'll have this whole block covered, and then I'll say, sweet dreams. I just ooze with Halloween spirit. I also ooze with all kinds of toxic stuff too, but don't worry, it's only lethal in large doses. What? Look at me. I'm a fixture of health. If anything, this will probably make you live longer.
Alright, so there he was, Nozzles the Clown. This guy is just awesome. I love the concept, and the fog is so cool coming out of that, and the UV actually works really, really well on this guy. The movement's good as well. The only complaint I have is actually not with the prop itself, but with the fog machine, and I think using an 1000 watt would solve that, but just not much fog comes out. I do wish the relay allowed it to come out a bit longer, but that's really not the prop's fault. It is mostly the fog machine just not putting out much fog. So I'm going to try it with an 1000 watt one day. I don't have one right now, or else I would. But hopefully for the haunt, an 1000 watt works because I do want it to release as much fog as possible. But other than that, this guy is really, really cool. All the mechanics that go behind making this thing work are really impressive. And overall, the look of this guy is awesome. So yeah. There he is, Nozzles the Clown. Definitely would recommend this guy if you have a clown theme, and he would definitely fit in something like a laser swamp really well. So yeah, really cool overall prop. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.